So welcome back, WFTDA.tv streamers. You are watching the FAB SLAV 7 tournament live from Warsaw, Poland, where we'll be seeing 10 teams, each rostering 7 skaters playing in 21-minute games. There will be 17 games today. This is game 4. Playing in the black, we have roller derby Brno Freakshow. And in the purple, we have Riga roller derby from Latvia, Brno from Czech Republic. Lining up to jam for Brno, it looks like we have Bambi Daredevil. And for Riga, Psycho Candy. Bambi Daredevil recycled early. Psycho Candy working hard, trying to fight her way through past Pretty Careless, makes it past the pack to pick up lead. But Riga's number 64 blocker sent to the penalty bin. Bambi Daredevil squeezes her way through, chasing down Psycho Candy. Big hit there from Psycho Candy on the Brno blocker. Chasing her down, but not quite fast enough. Bambi Daredevil again recycled. Psycho Candy looking to make another pass. Excellent bridging there from the Rigan blockers. Psycho Candy working hard against that Brno wall, but they're just not letting her pass. Bambi Daredevil completing her initial. One player each in the penalty box as Psycho Candy calls off the jam. 8 points on the board, 9 points on the board for Riga, 4 for Brno. Hans Smollo, one of the smaller skaters on the track today, lining up for Brno. And Catwomando lining up for Riga. A little bit of hesitation there from Smollo as Catwomando takes the outside line cleanly, makes a good break. Contessa della Diarrhea making some offensive play there to try and help Smollo through. Some success. Doesn't quite break through as Catwomando squeezes through to pick up her first 4 points of the game. Smollo still on her initial. Catwomando picking up another 4 points, where Smollo is being held up by the Rigan side with some good offensive work there from Brno as Smollo breaks her way through, picking up her first points of the game. Catwomando fighting her way through the pack. Nice and quick through the inside, calls off the jam. Picks up another 4 points, bringing that total to 12. She'll be pleased with that jam. 4 points picked up by Smollo for the Freakshow. Lining up to jam, we have Bambi Daredevil and Psycho Candy again. Bambi Daredevil for Brno, Psycho Candy for Riga. Bambi Daredevil doing a couple of little pirouettes, but not quite managing to stay on the track. Pretty careless there, the number 42 for Brno, giving Psycho Candy a fairly hard time. They are not letting her through. Trapped between her own pack and Brno's as Bambi Daredevil is recycled all the way back to the jammer line. Psycho Candy picks up a cut track penalty, giving Brno Freakshow a power jam situation. And it looks like Bambi Daredevil is being sent also to the penalty bin for a multiplayer block, along with Martini Hollow Whip for Brno, which means that the Regan jammer will be immediately free to return to the track, and that this jam will go on for the remaining minute. Makes her entry to the track, immediately scoots around the inside line and picks up another 4 points. Both packs keeping their distance. Psycho Candy straight through the middle of the two Brno blockers, but beaten down by Pretty Careless. Bambi Daredevil working hard against the Regan defense. Fails to quite make it through, hits the floor. Psycho Candy free again. Brno reforming just in time, as Bambi Daredevil once again doesn't quite squeeze through that inside line. Psycho Candy making a big hit before the end of the jam, picking up just 1 extra point. 13 more points on the board for Riga, bringing them to 34. Hans Smollow lining up to jam for the second time today, and Catwoman also returning to the track. Smollow weaving her way around the jammers there, trying to find a way through, but Catwoman faring slightly better as she picks up lead. Contessa Del Rey trying to force her down. Fails to do so. Not quite quick enough. Smollow still working hard against that wall as Catwoman comes to try and make her scoring pass. As number 42, Sweet Not Heart, is sent to penalty bin alongside a second blocker, that is number 9, Critique, giving Brno the numerical advantage on the field. Smollow fighting hard against one blocker, makes it out on the outside. Inez joining support, just in time to let Catwoman through, but it looks like Licornas is going to try and chase her down, not quite. Brno working hard, but not quite getting there in time to pick up any points. 8 more points on the board for Riga Roller Derby. Looks like we may be seeing some of the same jammers again. Bambi Daredevil for Brno. Psycho Candy for Riga. Looks like your Brno privet today is Pretty Careless. Psycho Candy straight through the pack. Bambi Daredevil not far behind. Interesting little factoid. Bambi Daredevil and Pretty Careless, not just Derby wives, but in fact actual wives. Riga calling off the jam straight away to pick up a quick and easy 4 points. Lining up to jam, we have Hans Smollow for Brno in the black, and Catwoman for Riga in the purple. Hans Smollow skirting around the outside line. I don't think they even saw her coming. Catwoman being beaten down by Licornas. Catwoman squeezing through now as Hans Smollow tries to make her scoring pass. with the Regan blocker sent off for a forearms penalty, allowing Smollo to pick up a full 4 points. Catwamando also picking up 4 points. Catwamando taking Brno's blockers by surprise there slightly. Smollo calling off the jam before Catwamando can make her return. 8 points on the board for Riga, 4 for roller derby Brno Freakshow. That makes it 54 to Riga to Brno's 12. Riga, of course, being one of the more experienced teams in this tournament. They've been playing for around 7 years, participated in multiple tournaments. Brno being a fairly new side, but with 1 or 2 more experienced skaters who skate for other teams as well. Psycho Candy making a very quick pass through the pack there. Takes the lead. Contessa Della Daria trying to work her way through as the jammer for Brno. Psycho Candy not quite making it past Martini Hollow Candy. Hollow Whip. After a bit of a scramble, Riga manages to put another 4 points on the board. Contessa Della Daria comes back to fight the pack again. A very hard time against attack damage carry, ADC for short. A pivot there for Riga. Pretty Careless taking Psycho Candy out right at the last minute. She'll be sent all the way back to the back of the pack, where she will meet Martini Hollow Whip. And Riga have 2 blockers in the bin at the moment as they call off the jam, meaning that they'll start the next jam at a slight disadvantage. Up to jam for Brno, we have Bambi Daredevil again, and for Riga, we have Catwamando. Although we are first going to wait for a review. Be an official timeout. While we wait for the game, oh, never mind, it's restarting straight away. Bambi Daredevil through straight away, looking very strong there. Catwamando giving a good hit, Pretty Careless, but not quite making it through the pack. Likonasa getting in the way, but failing to slow her down, as Bambi Daredevil re-enters the pack from behind, very fast there around the inside line. Picking up some good points there for Brno. Catwamando has been sent to the penalty bin, giving Brno a power jam situation. Bambi there not quite making it around the outside line. And it looks like Bambi has called off the jam, putting 4 points on the board for roller derby Brno Freakshow, bringing it up to 17 now. They will start their next jam in a power jam situation as Smollo lines up for jam. Catwamando, of course, still in the penalty bin. And it looks like Brno also have a blocker in the bin. From here, it looks like number 42, Pretty Careless. Smollow working hard there against the formidable Regan wall, but dodges them and skirts around the inside to take lead immediately. Catwomando rejoins the pack, has to work hard, but makes it through nevertheless. Smollow straight into the thick of it. Trying to work her way around the pack, but not quite squeezing through. Calls off the jam, putting another 3 points on the board for Brno, but not before Riga can put 2 on themselves. Bambi Daredevil lining up to jam again. Psycho Candy for Riga there, breaking through the pack. Brno Freakshow, however, have the lead. Bambi Daredevil. Slices the inside line, calls off the jam, puts 3 points on the board. Two points even, to Riga's 3. 6 minutes left in the game. So we have Hans Smollow jamming for Brno, working her way against number 64 Riga support. Doesn't quite power her way through, struggles. Catwomando up against Likornasser. Brno not letting her through. Catwomando just squeezing through to take the lead slightly before Hans Smollow. Both jammers out at roughly the same time, but Catwomando slightly ahead. Packs vying for position on the third corner. Hans Smollow sneaking through there. Catwomando being held up by Pretty Careless and Likornasser. Tries to scoot around the outside line backwards, succeeds. Picks up points for calling the jam. 4 points apiece for Riga and roller derby Brno Freakshow. Lining up to jam again, we have Bambi Daredevil on the Brno side. Psycho Candy for Riga. Psycho Candy straight through the pack. Very little resistance. Bambi Daredevil trying to skirt around the outside, does it? Will try and chase Psycho Candy down, but she is already completing her initial pass. Does so. Calls the jam immediately. 4 points for Riga roller derby, having completed both her initial and scoring pass. Looks like we have Hans Smollow coming up to jam for Brno. And Catwomando again for Riga. Hans Smollow trying the inside before trying to come through the middle and trying the outside again, weaving. Catwomando forcing her way past Likornasser. Fighting that last Brno blocker as Hans Smollow breaks through the pack. Catwomando picks up a forearms penalty, sent to the bin. Hans Smollow picks up lead and is in a power jam situation. Gliding straight into the back of Riga. Some good offense there from Martini Holloway. Picking up 4 points for Brno. Calling off the jam strategically before Riga's jammer can re-enter the game, meaning that they'll start the next jam in a power jam situation, though they won't have long because the Rigan jammer is already standing. Contessa della Diarrhea jamming for Brno. Barking orders to her blockers, it would seem. Very specific. Brno providing offense, allowing Contessa della Diarrhea to glide through and take lead. Catwoman, though, rejoins the track and skates into the back of the Brno line. Brno working hard to keep her from making any progress, but she hops through on that inside line on the third corner. Contessa della Diarrhea working against the pack, trying to pick up some points. Calls the jam right before Riga can return, scoring just 3 points for Brno, but preventing Riga from picking up any themselves. With 1 minute left on the clock, we're probably heading into the final jam of this game. Bambi Daredevil up to jam for Brno. And it looks like Psycho Candy for Riga. Riga having 2 blockers in the penalty bin allows Bambi Daredevil to slide through without much difficulty. Psycho Candy follows not too far behind. Pack moving quite quickly now, trying to prevent Daredevil from picking up any further points. And calls it. Squeezing another 3 points there. Just 15 seconds left on the clock now. We're lining up for another jam. Again, Riga with just 2 blockers. Hans Smollow up to jam, goes straight through middle of the 2 blockers. Kat Omando immediately behind her, but Hans Smollow has lead as Riga's 2 blockers rejoin the track. This will be the final jam of the game. Smollow looking to squeeze a couple of points in before immediately calling off the jam. Succeeds, picking up 3, but Riga pick up 4. Our unofficial final score for the 4th game of today, Riga Roller Derby 77, Roller Derby Brno Freakshow 40. Our next game will be at 12:20, where the winner of the first game will take on the Hard-Breaking Dolls. The winner of the first game, of course, being the Warsaw Hellcats. If you would like to join us at 12:20.